And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. Begin with the Georgia Southern Eagles coming off a very tough loss on the road in Madison, Wisconsin against the Wisconsin Badgers. Georgia Southern turnovers did them in. They ended up with 6 in the game. They ended up in the inside the 35 8 different times in that game and were only able to come up with 2 touchdowns. So a tough loss for Georgia Southern, who was leading in the third quarter. It ended up looking a little more lopsided than it was. So now they've got to rebound, hit the road, or hit the air rather, once again as they go to Muncie, Indiana to take on Ball State. That game at 2 o'clock on Saturday. We'll hear from head coach Clay Helton and a few of the players about how they're dealing with the loss to Wisconsin and what they expect out of Ball State. As for the area high schools, Statesboro High 1-3 right now in the season, playing top 10 team last week in Wayne County. They were only down by a couple points at the half, and then the second half did them in. They'll be looking to bounce back against the top 5 ranked team as they head to Waynesboro to take on Burke County. The Bulloch Academy Gators have had all kinds of issues trying to find a replacement for the game with Savannah High, which was originally scheduled for Saturday night. Savannah High players and Cross Creek players suspended after a fight on Friday on the field. They'll be heading up to Hartwell to take on Hart County, who was supposed to be Cross Creek's opponent this week. As for the Portal Panthers, they're looking to rebound from back-to-back tough losses in the last minute of both of their games with Screven and with Bryan County last week. This week they'll be in Irwinton taking on Wilkinson County, and the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets looking to roll along. They're 3-1. They're hosting Hephzibah coming up Friday night at Fred Shaver Field. All that and more coming up on Upon Further Review. Reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Cook's Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Eagles' spirit and style are a priority around here, and that's why the University Store, the official outfitter of Georgia Southern, offers everything you need to be game day ready. The University Store carries the largest inventory of licensed Georgia Southern apparel, accessories, and spirited merchandise. Show your spirit with tents, flags, and chairs. Show your style with polos, hats, dresses, and jerseys. Visit us in-store at our stadium shops or online at gsustore.com. Show your spirit from tailgate to touchdown with the University Store today. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles licking their wounds from a trip to Camp Randall Stadium, a place that's always tough to win in. The Eagles with a lead going into the third quarter were unable to pull it out. 6 turnovers proved to be too much to overcome, and they weren't able to create a turnover in the game on defense. Head coach Clay Helton disappointed with the loss against Wisconsin, but looking to right the ship this week with Ball State. We had a chance to talk with him about last week and what they expect this week.
Obviously disappointed for our kids coming back from Wisconsin. Proud of their effort and their competitiveness. Really, their mindset going into that game was not only to compete, but they expected to win, and it was evident going through that game. Sad for them. We had a number of unforced errors, 6 turnovers on the game day that you're never going to be able to win a game giving up 6 and getting 0. It's one of those days that if you would have told me we were going to be inside the opponent's 35-yard line 8 times and we were going to have 52% efficiency on third down offensively, I would have said we put up a lot of points. But the reality is we scored 14. The good news is, credit to our defense, I thought they really kept us in a game. And you look up in the third quarter, and we're ahead 14-7 on the road in Wisconsin after giving up 3 turnovers. And they put us in position to have a chance to win a football game, and we made the critical errors down the stretch that didn't let that happen. How you react as a coach is how they're going to react, And we reset as coaches after 24 hours, and we have to move on to the next opponent. We learn from the mistakes that happened in a game. We coach off of them, and then we make sure that they don't happen again. So our energy and effort is just as much as we did last week and the week before and the week before. We're back to 0-0, trying to get 1-0 against an opponent that is coming off a lot of confidence and gave us a huge challenge last year. So we have no time to feel sorry for ourselves or make excuses. We are paid to find answers and make sure that we go get that next victory. I had no problem with their preparation, their attitude, their effort. We made enough mistakes to let that game slip away, and that happens sometimes. Or the guy that was the player of the week before just happened to have an off game, and that happens at quarterback a lot. You saw it with Josh Allen. Josh Allen throws 4 interceptions in game 1, and yesterday he looked like the best player on earth. So it's our job to be able to rebound, restore confidence in the kids, and be able to get to that next game. We've got another road game against a quality opponent in Ball State that I really found their identity last week and gained a lot of confidence against Indiana State. They played really sound defense as well as found a rushing game and an RPO quick game that was really, really efficient. So it'll be a great challenge. We remember this squad from last year where we were down in the fourth quarter and really had to make 2 late scores to get that victory. So we expect a very special challenge going into Muncie.
As for the Georgia Southern players, they remember last year they had to come back from a deficit to outscore Ball State 14-3 in the decisive fourth quarter to pull out a victory. They know this could be a tough team. We had a chance to talk with them as well.
That game did hurt us as a team, but it didn't break us down. It actually built us together and see where we was at as a team. The minimal mistakes that we made that game is not all on one person. All of us all played a role in making our mistakes that game. And as a team, I know we'll bounce back and be in Indiana this weekend. I feel like we match up pretty good against them. They're a good team. They literally just played the #1 team in the country, Georgia. They put up a fight with them the first half. And then we know from last year that they not going to back down. They're going to fight, and they're going to keep bringing the fight.
Something I was taught by my father is, losers lose, but winners learn. So just looking at the film and learn from the mistakes we made and build on the things that we did good over that game. It's all looking forward. We flushed what happened in the past, and we're just focused on what can we improve in and how we can be better as a team together, offense and defense and special teams. So in all 3 phases. So we're just looking forward, learning from the film, and being as good as we can. It was a really good game. They fought really well. Salute to those guys. They have some really good players. Last year they had that running back who ended up transferring to UCLA. I think, but he was a really great player. And they come with a great game plan. They are well-coached teams. I think they didn't have as much penalties, so that's something I remember about them. But they play hard. They play to the finish. I know I think we're down going in 11 minutes on the fourth quarter, I believe. It was a battle last year, and I'm pretty sure they're preparing just like how we prepare. So we're just coming in with mindset to dominate, and that's what we're preparing to do.
Up next, we'll hear from area high school coaches and their players.
Davis, you're in. You tired of being on the sidelines? Let's get you in the game. GATA, get after those assets.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
Well, the Statesboro High Blue Devils sitting at 1-3 on this season, having played a pretty grueling schedule. They played a top 10 team last week in Wayne County. They're going to be playing a top 5 ranked team this week in Burke County. We had a chance to talk with head coach Matt Dobson and a few of his players about how they're handling the way things are going right now and what they expect this Friday.
Kids were upset by the loss, just as our coaches were, but once again, we look at things that we can control, that we can get better at, and you take away a couple plays here, special teams wise, and I think it's a different football game. And so, lot to be encouraged by still. Kids are still battling. Their morale's good, and so we're just ready to get to another Friday night and try to get that bad taste out of our mouths. Excited, another opportunity to play a top 10 team in 4A. Super excited about the opportunity to play. We're going to play a well-coached, disciplined, hard-nosed football team. There's not going to be any secrets Friday night about what this game's going to come down to. It's going to be physicality, and who can make the least amount of mistakes and be more physical. You got to be physical. We got to be physical and stop the run. Their wing to attack is good. What makes me the most nervous is how talented their quarterback is in a wing to attack. You can't just load up and expect to just stop the run. They're throwing it on average at least 10 times a game and really efficiently throwing the football. Their quarterback, young kid, but he's talented. But we got to be physical, and we do have to stop the run. If you can make them a one-dimensional football team, you're going to have a shot. And then offensively, they're simple in what they do defensively, but they're really good at it. They're not going to line up a bunch of different ways. They're going to line up. You know how they're going to line up, but they're going to be disciplined, and they're going to know what they're going to do, and they're going to get to the football. And so we have to be the more physical team, establish a run game early, and generate some first downs. What we've been struggling to do is generate first downs consistently, and so we got to get better at that.
We've been putting in the work. We're feeling very good. Keyword good. I feel like when it get close to region, we're gonna start dominating on the field more, especially in the trenches, O-line and D-line. We're gonna get more physical all around and start moving them off the ball so we can have plays to run. Feeling very confident. Come in, putting in some new things, getting everything together, running new formations, so have a chance to block them on a 340 run. So yeah.
I'm feeling like we're feeling confident and stuff, and like we need to work more in practice and win the Mondays practices and stuff. We need to work on special teams more because we had blocks and stuff. We're feeling confident about defense. Defense is doing pretty good. It's tough, but we're feeling confident. Yeah, as I said, confident is the key.
The Southeast Bulloch segment is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch County Farm Bureau, reminding you that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. The Bulloch County Farm Bureau on Northside Drive is a multi-line insurance agent writing farm, auto, homeowners, life, health insurance, and more. Nick Sherrod and the other 5 local agents are on standby for your convenience for in-depth insurance review. And while you're there, check out the products from local farmers. Located at 940 Northside Drive, stop by and see them today. The Southeast Bulloch segment of our show is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch Solutions. Visit them at bulloch.solutions to find out how they can connect you to the highest speeds for all your technology needs. Well, the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets rolling right along. They're 3-1, coming off a 17-0 victory on the road at Tattnall County that could have been even bigger had it not been for a couple of fumbles in Tattnall County territory. This week they've got Hephzibah. We had a chance to talk with head coach Jared Zito and a couple of his players about how he feels they're doing and what they expect Friday.
Well, first thing is, we really we preached all week about coming off the big win against Effingham, kind of not having a letdown in terms of, that's usually when you're set up to have a letdown. So we really preached that all week, and I thought our kids did a nice job of executing our plan and played hard. Defensively, again, we were we were fantastic. Of course, allowing 0 points, but I think we had 25 snaps on defense. I think they had 2 first downs. So anytime you get that defensive effort and performance, you got a chance to win the game. Offensively, we did lots of really good things. Don't have a ton of explosive speed right now, so what happens is our drives get long, and we had 2 turnovers at the end of 2 drives, one exchange issue and 1 fumble, and those took away 2 potential scores. So it made the score look maybe a little less than it should. We just keep working on us. I'm proud of where we're at, but as I told them, every week is a season. So this week it's the new chapter. It's Hephzibah, a team we lost to last year in a game we probably could have won. But again, it come to our place this year, and it's homecoming. So hopefully we'll continue on the right track. We got to tackle 45. He's a two-way player for him at linebacker and running back. He's the best running back we've seen. Maybe the best player we've seen this year in terms of just raw talent. Very good player, physical, fast, competitive. We'll have to take care of him, and we'll have to tackle him at the legs. He's a big load that can run. And then again, a team like Hephzibah with some athleticism on defense, we got to take care of the football. We got to clean up some of these little bitty turnovers that are happening, because some of those could end up being either emotional swings or, a team like this, they could scoop and score, and all of a sudden, it's a different game than what it would be if we punch them in.
Staying focused, keeping our head on everything, reading what we need to be, and, just mentally there, ready and stuff, prepared for whatever comes. Feel great. I feel like I could really move around a lot, and this is helpful. Like, it's helping me stay focused, and the line, and I got my QB, so it's really helping me out.
I think mostly it's personnel. Now we're more as a team. Like, everybody knows each other. We get along with each other, because over summer it was a little separated, but we come together a lot, and everybody's just playing for each other. We're out there having fun, doing our job. We still got stuff to learn. Coach always saying that we're doing good, but he's saying we're only about like 70%. We still got a lot to work on, and it's really nice to hear that, because that means we can be even better. I'm feeling good on defense. We still got stuff to fix, like Coach is saying. That's just gonna make us even better. But I'm feeling good. Secondary, I feel good about them. D-line, feeling good. I like the personnel we have out there. We come out, we win. We still got that. We're all happy, everything, instead of coming off a loss, starting the region play. So having a win right here would be really helpful.
Fall is here, and we've got you covered at RJ Pope's. Cheer on your favorite team with performance polos and jackets from Peter Millar and Gentile, as well as Southern Tide and AFCO. For ladies, they have the latest trends and fashions, including men's and women's jackets from Patagonia and Barber. RJ Pope's has a wide variety of on-cloud shoes for men and women, and a great selection of hats and caps. Shop one of their 3 locations, RJ Pope's downtown, Buckhead Plaza, and Vidalia. The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs. Well, the Bulloch Academy Gators have had to deal with a lot more than just on-the-field practice, as they're been trying to find an opponent to play Friday night after getting the news early in the week that Savannah High would have to forfeit their game because of suspensions to their players. They didn't want to have to go 21 days between games, so they were able to find the team that was forfeited to by Cross Creek, and that is Hart County up in Hartwell, Georgia. The 3-hour trip is ahead for the Gators Friday night. We had a chance to talk with Aaron Phillips and a couple of his players about the matchup.
We kind of, from the get-go with Savannah High, we knew that GHSA probably was going to suspend them. So instead of being reactive, we tried to be proactive. I called probably around 25 or 30 schools who had open dates over the next 2 weeks. And the reason it was such a big deal to us is because if we didn't play a game this week, we were going to have 21 days in between games, which I think is for us, going that long and then you get into the meat of your schedule it would be a bad thing for us. So we wanted to really play. So once the sanctions kind of got dealt out to Cross Creek and Savannah High on Tuesday around lunchtime, Coach Dickerson from Hart County, who Cross Creek was supposed to play, reached out to me and said, "Hey, Coach, you want to just play?" He said, "It's our homecoming, and it's one of our 5 home games, and they're a lot bigger than us. It's a challenge for us, So we have kind of talked all week with our guys about, you're capable, but are you willing? So are you willing to do the little things and play together as a team? And we hadn't had to play football for 48 minutes, really all year. I said the other day we had scored on 25 of 25 possessions in a row. I went back and looked at Tift area. We scored our last 4 in a row at Tift area. So it ended up being, out of our last 30 possessions, we've scored 29, that's video game numbers, and that stuff don't happen. So our starters have only played, minimum snaps over the last few weeks. So, we really needed to go play somebody that's going to challenge us, and they're going to really, really challenge us. We're going to have to play a really, really good game Friday night to not just win it, but to even be in it. They're going to address 76 kids, and they're a 3A Georgia high school team. They have a rich tradition of football there, a beautiful facility. So it's a great opportunity, and we're ready to, we're excited and anxious, and our kids are, they're ready to go up there and see if we can get on the big scale and our big stage and play.
Like our blocking, it got way better, I want to see our quarterback got sacked, and that stuff, receivers are catching the ball, he scored a lot of points, in the run game good too, and, the JV guys, they're good too, at the end of the game. Really, like a whole bunch of young guys don't really get in the game because it'd be a whole bunch of varsity, like a whole bunch of seniors that way better, But like once we get a lot of points, it's time for JV to get in.
Just stand on schedule, listen to what coach is telling us. When going into these games, everyone expects us to, blow out, and we've been showing that we've been blowing out these teams, but we still got to keep a level head, stay humble, and just play how we play against any other team. I feel like we progress pretty well. The running game is working, the passing game is working. We have been having, some silly penalties, but we get those fixed up pretty quick in game. So everything is executing and going in our favor. So.
And as for the Portal Panthers, hoping to rebound from back-to-back losses, they will be on the road in Irwington as they take on the Wilkinson County Warriors. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.